Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Blackout Podcast. My name is Noah Finley. I am your main anchor and host here at the Blackout Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit about what these amazing student representatives of these organizations do on campus, the impact that they have on campus, and what they're doing for the campus community and students here.
Is Christian Smith. I am the vice president of the Kappa Alpha chapter of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, located over at California State University, Aldridge.
Hi, I am Brooklyn Fenton. I'm a senior and screenwriting major with a journalism minor. I am the chapter president of the Pretty and Elite Epsilon chapter. Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Sierra Walton, and I'm a member of Kappa Kappa Gamma.
Hey, I am here with O'Lear Smith. I be mine. I am a part of the Omega Kappa chapter and Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Hi guys, my name is Camden. I'm a Lambda Chi Alpha.
My name is Ryan Carlisle. I'm a senior here at CSUN. I'm a psychology major and also a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Republic.
Morgan from Sidwig and Morrow Sorority Incorporated.
Jabari from Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
Billy from Alpha Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Brianna from Kappa Kappa Gamma.
Did you all want to join your organizations? What stood out and what made you want to be a part of these organizations?
I really just wanted to join a group on campus and somebody get involved somehow. It wasn't necessarily like a sorority, but just like I was like going anywhere, and it just happened to Kappa.
My uncle is actually in my chapter, the Pi Kappa chapter, and then my cousin's also in our chapter. And I just wanted to be in like a group of young Black kids who were like educated and weren't like out but like doing some stupid stuff. So yeah.
I'll start with what made me want to do fraternity first, just because my older brother, he is a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. He joined way back in, I believe, 2014, 2015. I love seeing the way he interacted with those that he met, the connections he got to make through that, or just the brotherhood that he really showed with. I met a lot of his like LBs or line brothers. I met some of his pro fights, a couple of people he met through other chapters. They were all super nice people. They were always like so helpful and so kind. And my brother loved interacting with them and he loved the environment. So I wanted to find that kind of sense that he had when he was in college.
Father happens to be a member of the fraternity also. So growing up, like my uncles were always like, they're my barbers, my baseball coaches, teachers. So I just been around the fraternity like my entire life. So just being around like men of achievement, men you actually want to be a part of the fraternity. But once I got on campus, the members here were very of achievement and very welcoming, and it made me feel welcome to join.
And for me, my cousin is actually a member of Sydney Emerald. So I kind of just grew up around her, and I did a little bit of research on Sydney Emerald, and it really stood out to me that all of our founders are educators. So educating is also one of my passions. I've always tutored young kids and mentored high school students in LA. So I just wanted to join a sorority of like-minded women.
How have you guys found belonging in your organizations?
I feel like I had a click like kind of immediately, and it's only like grown stronger over time. We just got our most recent like push pass and everything, and like even the girls that just joined and just like, oh my god, like I'm gonna like love you guys forever. But it's just become such like a major part of my life now, and I honestly never really saw it like in that. Again, like I didn't go into like the mindset of wanting to like join. And so it's a bit creepy.
Nice.
I feel like anyone could belong anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone should be afraid to step foot in a room that like isn't made for them, but like is still like not against them. Does that make sense?
No, absolutely. Liz, they just want to create space for those people.
Exactly. Like like in the beginning of the semester I had a little, and she told me that the reason she went to procurement is because she saw her page and she saw me, she saw Sierra, she saw a couple of her other Black sisters, and she was like, I'm people like that here for me. Yeah. And that wasn't the first time I've heard that through our recruitment either. Is where they're like, but I saw like there is people like me in here, and I hear that that's the biggest misunderstanding. Where it's just like it's just kind of hard.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary, but I feel like it's a light battle. So
yeah, and like you said, at the end of the day, you can join these organizations and then help rewrite kind of that story, so that you can write other people into being included and seen.
Yeah.
It's the bonding has been really good. Like with the fraternity, like we're really a family. Like we argue, we fight, but at the same time, like just like a family is, like they're always gonna have your back. Especially my LBs, those are my brothers. And I feel like we gonna go through the rest of my lives together through that.
Fellas and belonging. I feel like there's certain people where I feel like what I want to do is marketing. So there's certain people that's involved in marketing, for example, and then being a student athlete on campus also is some people in my chapter that are student athletes. So I feel like this made me click with them and build that certain type of bond with them also.
Yeah, and for me, I definitely felt like I belonged immediately. Some of my sorors, I'm going to law, so some of my sorors are in law school, some are lawyers. Our advising chapter, one of the charters is actually a lawyer, so definitely being able to come in, and me and my line sisters were very tight-knit, very close. I definitely consider them my real sisters. And just our advising chapter being able to mentor us, giving us professional development skills and just overall life gems that we definitely need. So I think it's definitely been great, and that sense of belonging was there right off the bat.
How has being part of a fraternity influenced your personal growth in your time here at CSUN?
It's influenced me a lot because when I was in high school, I really just did sports and stuff. I never really I never really thought about being in a frat ever. And if I did, it was probably going to be a D9. But coming here, my story getting into Orlando was like really coincidental and like weird. But ever since I joined, it's given me the opportunity to like do so many other things that I've never got to do, meet people I've never got to meet, have experiences I've never had in my life. It's given me a voice sometimes when before like I wasn't heard.
Yeah.
Really.
Brought me closer, one, to my roots, brought me closer to the Black community. It showed me what is it truly mean to be a Black man in the United States and what it requires a little bit more in depth. So that's why I say it really did for me. It helped me grow more as a man.
How do you think being a part of this sorority has shaped your college experience?
I know almost everybody that I know and have in my life right now because of joining Kappa, and I just think it's so interesting having understood the social life at CSUN when I first got here. I didn't really expect it to be that way, and kind of having to rely on up organizations on campus to make the friendships that I did, but it was a really, really amazing experience and decision.
Okay.
It's definitely shaped it for the better. It's a lot of community and a lot of connections out there, and getting out there, just talking to people has definitely helped me a lot, especially with my major. I'm a broadcast journalism major as well. So that's definitely helped me with that. I'm a shy person, so getting into this org and definitely brought me out my shell a lot. Oh, yeah, it's been great.
Well, it's only been like about 6 months or so. So it shaped it a lot very quickly. I thought I had my time management on lock, but then I added this to my plate and clearly did not have it on lock. It was very unlocked. So I had to kind of try to navigate that. And would you say that it's also shaped like how you identify yourself like in college?
I feel like it shaped me like immediately. Coming to CSUN, I feel like I was a very shy person. Still am sometimes. I feel like to shape me into being more of like a leader and like put me in leadership roles that I never thought I would be a part of. And it helped me find my voice and help motivate like the youth and other people around me that's in my space.
On campus, I've been involved in student leadership since my freshman year. I got to CSUN, I was 16. I think my whole life I've just kind of taken pride in being, being smart, being involved in all of our Black student unions and just things like that. So I think it's kind of helped to mold me into a better leader and kind of just allowing me to not just find my voice, but just kind of tailor my voice to different audiences so that, the tables that I'm sitting at, I know how to articulate myself properly because I have always, sat at these tables, but now I know how to sit at these tables or take up the space that I'm here to take.
I kind of like Rory said, like it definitely makes me like, it changed the way I see myself. Like now being in a fraternity, like one of our big things is like being in suits. So like going out and like presenting myself in that like business way has definitely made me like kind of grow up in a sense. I joined the fraternity real young. When I was a freshman, I was 18. So now I feel like the fraternity has definitely made me like mature.
In what ways does your fraternity promote leadership and academic excellence among men at CSUN?
I'll start with leadership first. We provide a lot of like leadership roles. When I first got initiated, I instantly got into like our Zeta, which is like everybody with positions. And I've been DI for the chapter the whole year. And I'm only 19 now, but now I'm president. I just went president.
Oh my gosh,
So
rad.
thank you.
Yeah.
So it gives personally me a lot of it's so easy to find your own way. And what I usually say to like PNMs, like potential new members and stuff, it's like it gives you the opportunity, like whoever you want to be and whatever you want to do, whether it's like I want to really work on grades and I want to really be somebody that emphasizes grades, like to the chapter where you could be like our Sigma and work on education and be that person and be the best that you want to be. There's so many different things that we have available, whether it's from president to our treasurers, to our DEIs like I was, to our big brother coordinators, all of that stuff. And it's just one big team, and it creates that leadership and gives you like ways to learn how to move with a group and like speak on things or run your own events. Educationally, we're very, very, very big on that. I know CSUN has the 2.5 to be eligible.
Minimum.
Yeah. But we have our brothers and AMs at a 2.8. That's where we want them at. Just so that we never fall under the cracks. We always have a study room from no matter what time it is during the day in the library. And we always have people that have did a class before. We work all together. So like if somebody's struggling in like say math one day or whatever, like there could be a rush bro or a brother that has taken the class before and they'll give you notes or help you out with that.
Yeah.
And it's just one big team. We all really work together and that's what we emphasize.
I will say, well, the principles of my organization, Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, is brotherhood, scholarship, and service. So constantly, the thing about being in a Greek is it creates Black leaders. That's what it does from every aspect. It creates Black leaders. It shows what it's like to pave the way for the next generation, which is extremely important.
How has being in a fraternity kind of impacted your personal growth and journey, not only just as a Black man, but as a scholar and as a Black matador as well?
For sure, like one of the ways that's really impacted me is all the networking and connections I've made, for sure, because I want to be a therapist. That's the path that I'm trying to go down. So through my org, like some of my profiles, some of my other like chapter brothers, some of my people that for other chapters that I've been able to interact with are either going down this path with me or have already like been down the path and have a lot of like knowledge on it. So I've been able to receive a lot of like guidance and understanding of more what I really want to do with like psychology, where I want to go with it, what paths are open to me. So they've been very helpful with me and like pursuing like which route I want to go down in that aspect. I want to be a trauma therapist or around that kind of thing. Cause I think being able to talk through that kind of like pain that some people have gone through is incredibly important, just from my own experience as well. So I want to be able to help people with that. So that's just one way. But another is just my own, I don't want to say joining a fraternity has given me like a sense of confidence, but in a way it has through my line brothers and my pro fights with all the confidence they have in me. They really helped me see what kind of potential I have in most just like in life, in general skills, in education, in whatever. Like I would doubt myself sometimes, or I'd have trouble trying to say that like I'm good at something. Even if I know I'm good at it, I'd have a hard time trying to express that to people who are trying to like brag. I don't like doing that. But these guys give me like a bigger sense of just knowing that I can actually do this. I can be out. I can go. I'll have more confidence in my everyday walk of life.
The question I have is, how would you say Greek life shapes campus cultures for students, for yourself?
I feel like it just makes it more evolved. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be as connected to campus if I would have just joined a regular club. I feel like we work with a lot of other like chapters and stuff, and like you get to know those people, and then you're out doing like table aim, and then you're just like trying to meet all like the incoming freshmen. It's just like it puts you like so much on campus. Like I never thought I would be spending so much down campus. But like I'm just always constantly like involved in doing stuff and at other people's events. And I want to go to this winners, or I want to do like, like it's just like it forces you to like be like involved.
If it's say like Greek life really brings like especially like the black community on campus together. Like when we like have stuff in the Black House or we collab with other like organizations on campus, like all like black students, like they want to come out. Even like if they just see any of us like strolling at like a DSU event or something, everyone wants to come together. And even for people who are not like in our orgs, they still want to like come together like in the community.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would say it offers more opportunities for students. Just the different events we host, we do a lot of community service, at least my organization does. And we do a lot of social events to allow people to network, and just overall kind of help them like find their kind of calling a little bit, community service is a really big thing for city members hurting or hurted. So, just allowing people to come out, get back to the community, hosting events that help with professional development and helping students, study when midterms get hard and just things like that. So it definitely does allow for just different opportunities and that.
I feel like it shapes campus because it like diversifies campus. Being at a predominantly Hispanic institution, there's not a lot of black people on campus, and I feel like Greek life helps bring us together, and whether it be from like community service events that we may collab on, or just maybe just like activism with stuff that's going on in the world, us sticking together.
Your organization contributes to CSUN, to the students. We definitely cater a lot to the Black women of our community. We've done Abundance of Love Drive, which is basically just a baby care package that we set up for mothers and fathers. We had a lot of workshops. We've done birth workers of colors, which they're Black doulas, because, Black women, they don't get cared for in the hospitals, especially during pregnancy. So sure, that was definitely something really cool and really big that we did. And we just do a lot of stuff like that.
Yes, giving resources to women with children and Black students on campus who may not have what they need.
Yeah, this semester we really did a lot. We did Ski Week, which is a lot of stuff we did on campus. We did a lot more of women-oriented stuff. So we did a flower garden building. That was really fun. We also had this new thing that we call Her Story Matters. And we're trying to do something every month based on the theme. So September, we started it off with conversations about Black hair in the professional space, things like that. And then the second one I hosted, and it was October. And I love Halloween. I love spooky stuff. And of course, I'm a film major. So I started talking about Black horror, but also Black fine overall.
Okay.
So that's coming up a lot now because now there's more Black films where they feature Black women, and that never happened before. And the only Black final girl we ever had was Brandy from I Know What You Did Last Summer too. And she was still the token best friend of Jennifer Love Hewitt. So we talking a lot about that, and we're trying to have something now for this month.
I think that we really prioritize academics and leadership and trailblazing. That's kind of our biggest thing that we focus on. And having held 2 positions in Kappa and one of them being diversity, equity, and inclusion, that's been so empowering for me and being able to educate myself and other people about things that matter to me and matter to so many people around me has just really, really empowered me and pushed me to be a better student and to love education so much more than I already did. And we also, our philanthropy is mental health awareness for teens and young adults, and it's something we all care about so much and put in a lot of effort to kind of spread and speak about. And it's so special to have a space where you can go to anybody in the room and talk to them about things that actually are affecting you. We're all women, we're all people we're all students, we're all going through our different things. And it gets so heavy to be a college student, and that's not something you always have the space to talk about. But in Kappa, you just have so much opportunity to speak to each other openly about kind of what you're going through and know that there's no judgment. And it's not just my chapter, but being able to feel like you can trust the people within Greek life and go to them about those things and the connections that you're making is just so important, and it's so beneficial to have. As he said.
What would you say your organization has taught you about leadership?
But for me, the fraternity has really taught me about leadership is that leadership is going to come with like a lot of challenges. Like not everything goes according to plan, how you want it. People are going to fight. People are going to argue. People are not going to want to work and stuff. So you, even if you're not in the leadership role, you as a leader have to like come and be like the connecting for everybody?
I think for me, it's taught me the importance of setting boundaries. Because you can't do everything. I'm president of my chapter, and I sometimes just run around like a chicken with no head a little bit. So I just kind of set hours. So like my hours are from 2:30 to 6:30. You can ask me any questions. I'm available. I'll sit there and respond to emails or whatever. But after that, like I just eat time. So I also want to highlight the importance of like self-care and stuff that was taught me, because I didn't realize how stressful leadership can be until I joined my organization, and I realized like this is actually a lot. I need to kind of step back and take care of me.
Yeah.
I feel like for leadership, I just picked up over the summer. I was a drone history director, and that was very interesting. I feel like that made me more involved, and like I really had to dive deep into like the history and like everything. I led initiation and everything, and like that whole process was just like crazy because it's just so much going on, and I feel like it's just made me like I've just been able to balance both school and sorority and work and family. Like it was hard in the beginning, but like it's taught me how to do like that's something I'm gonna be able to bring outside once I graduate into like workspaces and stuff.
I mean, that there's more than just myself, leading others and like the youth and the people that surround myself. I had the opportunity of founding the Black Student Athlete Association on my campus. So like, I feel like the leadership skills I learned and that uphold help me not just like lead myself, but lead the people around me and cultivate this safe space for Black student athletes just to come together and bring like form this sense of community.
What would you guys say are some misconceptions about your organizations, and how do your organizations challenge those misconceptions that some people may have?
The simple ones. Everybody just says like we party, we drink all day, or we don't really have good grades. And I'm not even just gonna talk about my frat in general. For really all the frats here at this school, pretty much, in my opinion, none of us just focus on drinking, or none of us just focus on one thing. We're all very multifaceted. That's why we've been here. But I know with us, like I said in the last question, we always have study rooms. We always have things going on. We have brothers that are like from our new rush class, a lot of them 3.5s and up. With our brothers now, we have awards, like we give AirPods or games or phone, like gaming consoles. Our alumni advisor give an Xbox to whoever had the best. Like we give a lot of incentives to doing good things, so it makes a lot of people want to do good things. And yeah, we party. Yeah, we have a great time. Everybody does. We're in college, but like that's never been our main focus. So we're always business, so we're fun. And it's just a lot of people don't get to see the business that goes into things. Nobody gets to see like our chapter meetings, or nobody gets to see our Zeta meetings, or how we move and figure out how we're gonna run an event or do whatever. And that's fine. That's why we're all exclusive fraternities and sororities at our right. By fighting those, just by showing that we can do it, by posting our brothers that get good grades. We just had one of our brothers, Nick, who's our recruitment chair. He just went to this business convention. We posted that. We highlight things like that. We make brothers want to strive for greatness.
I feel like, at least since like I'm part of like PHC, it's hard to get other Black girls to come into recruitment. And I feel like that's our biggest thing, is where I want to see more of myself within the chapter. Yeah. And like that's what like me and Sierra are trying to do. We're trying to outreach. We're trying to go to more stuff. We're trying to like make it not seem as scary. And like I feel like the biggest thing is like girls feel like they're not welcome there. Yeah. But I feel like that's the complete opposite. I feel like my chapter is very diverse in everything, and that's one of the things I love most about it. But I feel like that's like the biggest thing is people are just, or Black girls are just scared to go through their commit, because it is scary and it's not a lot of us, and it's intimidating.
Of course, I grew up with misconceptions too of the organization. So when I grew up, my mom always talked about wanting to join, of course, but she had her trials and tribulations growing up that withheld her from it until later on. And then my dad actually went to a HBCU growing up. So he introduced it to me because my mom's from LA and so is my dad, but he got to explore more. And he introduced me to Spike Lee's movie School Days. Which kind of gives that same feel with just different names. But it's basically just a story about HBCU life, D9 life, things like that. And they perpetuate some of those misconceptions. So, of course, the typical ones that I think are kind of drying out now with social media and everything is that Alpha Kappa Alpha only recruit light-skinned girls. They're uppity, things like that.
There's misconceptions that we're students who think we're better, we're just partying, we're not doing anything that's actually making changes. But at the end of the day, it's really about pushing the Black community forward. And we're constantly doing that on a day-to-day with everything we do, as far as doing service, as far as being in business spaces, as far as being in political spaces and government spaces, and really pushing the agenda of helping Black people all around the world, not just even America.
I think the first thing that really comes to mind is how you put it. They're very like cliquey, I guess you could say. Some people think they are. It's really, at least for me, wasn't really like that. They're all very open people. They love meeting new people. Like when I was trying to like be interested in the org and trying to talk to them about it, they were all like super welcoming and inviting me to all the events, checking in on me if I was like having a hard time with something. They were like being involved with my life, which was really cool, even before I joined. So like they're not like super like stay over here by ourselves, we're just gonna only talk to our fraternity room, do this. No, we love talking to the general public. We love talking to like everybody. I'll talk to everybody. I'm a very social person.
I'll say misconception, as you guys may know, like on TikTok, we be all over TikTok streaming and stuff like that. So there's a misconception that all we do is like party, but they don't know, like, or they should know, but we do a lot of hours of community service. We do a lot of career development workshops on campus, and we do a lot of work like within our community. So I feel like the main misconception is that we do like more partying than we do service.
Yeah.
This is false.
I think that goes kind of for all of the D9, and all everybody sees is like the strolling and the partying and everything. But, you know, service is a big thing for us.
For me, I would say like a big misconception. I see it a lot on TikTok. Is that like we're like evil, we're like secret societies and stuff like that, and like we're demonic. And it's like, at least for my fraternity, like we're built on Christian values. I prayed with my LBs, I prayed with like my D or my pro fights, all that stuff like that. And so it's like, I don't even know where like the demonic rhetoric even came from. It's like we're nothing like that. We're community based like service organization.
Would you say the biggest misunderstanding between different Greek organizations is, and if it even is a thing?
The only misunderstanding I could really think of is that, and I'm not like saying like you guys are like you or orgs in particular, but like some people think like, oh, because I'm in this org and I'm in this org, we can be friends. Like, oh, VIB.
Now you were talking about Greek unity, but you know, a lot of people are leaving Greek unity.
So it's like, just because like you're a Kappa, like we can't be homies. Like that's not true. I got a bunch of Kappa homies. I have a bunch of Sigma Rope homies. I got a bunch of D9 homies everywhere. So it's like, and then even in other not D9 orgs, I have homies everywhere. So just because we're in different orgs, like we're not gangs. Like we don't gotta be fair.
Right.
Why is having your fraternity represented at CSUN important to you and the broader campus community?
Because that's how we get new people. That's how we keep creating. They're following the values that we strive for, that we go through every week. What we really bring is diversity to our chapter. I know when I got initiated, me personally, me and my rest bro, Aiden Krian, we said we want to bring more people that look like us to the chapter. We want to bring people like us and show them that you can do this, so we don't have all the stereotypes that people let's lay on us. And if you choose to do this, it could be fire for you.
Yeah.
And that's what we've did, and we've been seeing a high raise of that, and just diversity along our chapter. We're the most diverse chapter on campus, and it just shows that you don't have to look like the average.
frat, I guess.
Yeah.
And none of that respectfully shit really even matters. Like,
I feel like that's another misconception people have about like Greek life as well, is like you're supposed to have this look, or there's just this idea of what somebody in Greek life looks like, but challenging that and saying like Greek life is honestly for everybody and you have a community here is a good thing.
Yeah, it's like, at least for you, like I've seen all different types of people come into our chapter. Like, and when you look at chapters on YouTube or whatever, you see videos and you hear about all that stuff they do. It's cool, it's fire. But like right here, it's like really family.
I think representation is very important. We're definitely a smaller chapter. We have to show that we work harder, and we definitely do. And the work always pays off, and I think that's very important on this campus, especially.
Specifically at CSUN, because I believe we just hit that we have the most Black students in all the CSUs this semester. And honestly, to see it, I will say that. And I will say, because I work in outreach and we talk about that a lot, one of the biggest things for Black students at CSUN's campus after their first freshman semester or first freshman year is the retention rate. There's a pretty big drop off, whether it be situational. Grades is a really big factor because, you know, sometimes for the first time you're tasting freedom and you're like, I'm about to be outside. Yeah. But then you forget that even though your professor said attendance is not mandatory, you guys forget that attendance is not mandatory because you're paying for your attendance. So if you don't go, you're wasting your money. Yeah. And then you're going to fail your class, which even more so, all that money is just flying out the window. However, I think it's important because if they see more students that have been here for a long time, establish themselves to a point that we've joined an organization like this, especially as Black women.
Because one of the principles is brotherhood. And I think that's really important for us to show true brotherhood. It doesn't matter what one is or what one is going through, to really know that you have a brother with you, someone who's there for you, who understands you. That's really important. So I feel my fraternity, specifically Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, we do a really good job of representing that true brotherhood, acting in that, with also being leaders and also making changes on campus that need to be made.
What advice would you give freshmen that feel unsure about where they belong on large campuses and might be interested in joining, a sorority or fraternity? What advice would you give them?
Do your research. That's the one thing that's always been preached to me about my pros and those that when I was looking to join. Because just because you see it and you think it's all cool and everything, it may not align with who you want to be and who you really are, what's what fits for you. But as I looked into it and I checked out what other orgs are out there, that what each one stands for, or just ones that like I thought were interesting to me, I was drawn to here. And I know that's different for everybody. Some people may want to be Alpha Sigmas, it's all D9 love here. So it's your own volition, it's your choice, it's something you want to do, it's something that you aligns with who you are, the person, your values, things like that. Yeah. Word, it's just goes back to our cardinal principles of like manhood, scholarship, perseverance. Is really just, I want to touch on the scholarship, is really trying to lock in on like grades and education, but also helping the next generation understand that how much higher education is important. Higher education was always like taught to me growing up, and especially through this org, it's very important to us in that, like, I believe every young Black man and even young Black women should be fully educated in any way they can about whatever, because I believe that'll be the best opportunity in our future, for sure. So I want to really just preach that, like, of course, stay in school, pursue whatever it is you want to pursue, because I know you can get a degree in anything now. To pursue something that will benefit you, or pursue something that will give you the best chance to live your life that you want to live.
just be confident. It's the new time in your life. So it's like, it's going to be scary, but just be confident, talk to everybody. And then if you're trying to join an org, really find the org that like pertains to you as a person, your personality. Don't just like go on social media and like see the strong link, or even if like you see from research, just don't like see that part and be like, oh, okay, I want to do that. Or don't go look at the most like quote unquote popular or whoever runs the yard. Like go to who really like speaks to you.
Yeah, I feel like I agree, where it's like that's what I always tell people looking to, where it's just like, I would love for you to join Kappa, be a Kappa, but if it's not your home, if you don't connect with these girls, like, don't do it. Like, it's just truly like be 100% certain within yourself, where it's like,
Because you might find another organization along the way and you're like, oh, like, dang, I wish I would have just waited and like connected. And I feel like outreach, again, like talk to as many people as you can and like, again, don't go on social media and like be like, oh, like I heard this sorority or this frat is like less, like I'm gonna go for this, and then you end up not fitting in at all. Like it's just like talk to people.
Yeah.
And go and do it. That's like a main thing. Just like go out and do it.
I would say go with best, like what he said, go with best fits you. Don't go off like the name or what's the most popular. So I'd say like talk to a lot of people, see which one fits best for you, and I feel that will help benefit you in the future.
Yeah. And I would say just do your research on the organization to kind of see what the organization stands for. What are their core values? What were they built on? And just go from there.
What does it mean to show up as your full, authentic self, including your Blackness, at your fraternity?
It's everything, me personally. Like I said in one of the earlier questions, if I knew that there was a D9 here, I would have probably went to a D9. But ending up coming to Lambda and learning everything that comes along here, I don't regret my decision at all. Especially with all the things I did for myself. But I want to bring how I look, how I act, how my culture acts to the fraternity, the aspect to the fraternity, like I was talking about in the last question. We're bringing so many more people that look like me. I'm the first Black president in my chapter ever. Like, we've been around since 1909. Someone else? Yeah. So it's like, me personally, I would never put myself in a box, no matter what type of circle I'm in, because I've been around everybody that there is to be around. I'm not really scared of any, I don't know. I'm not really scared of anything that I have to go to. Like if I fail, fuck it, I'm like, run it back. If I succeed, great. Now what's next? Like I'm never trying to stop. And now that I have this stand that I have now, where I was DEI and I pushed culture, I pushed realism, and I pushed the fact that we're not gonna have any type of racism to any culture, any type of wild negative comments to anybody. I pushed them all the time as DEI. I created relationships with every sorority, met different types of people from all different types of races, but especially my Black people. Like my little, I met him, have him here. There's so many people that are coming to us now, and our composite is gonna look respectively so much Blacker, and I really do like that, because that shit that like I really want to bring. Like I want to be so different than every Lambda tracker nationally, like because we are ourselves. Like we're just Beta Rho, and everybody else is everybody else. We're all tied into this one bond. But like I love being different, and I love doing things that people haven't did, and I'm never really scared to say that, and I love giving myself like high tasks and being confident in myself, because when I do those things, it makes me believe that I could do something even greater. Yeah. And now that I'm right here and where we're at in our fraternity, and the best stand that we've been in, and for Guy Mattel, like it's all in one way, and that's where I've got pushed to it.
Being able to acknowledge my upbringing and my culture and the things that have shaped who I am, and knowing that I never need to be quiet about those things that matter to me, because my Blackness and my culture mean so much to me, and they've just affected every decision that I've made in my life. And I even, as DEI, got the chance to kind of do different presentations through like Black History Month, and I got to talk all about my own family and the impacts that my uncle had as a Black Panther, and being able to share that, and having so many people who didn't even really know what the Black Panther movement was, having them connect with that on a different level, especially through my own family, was so important to me. And I still have people approach me about it to this day and say that like it was something that helped them learn so much. And knowing that I could teach other people something that I've grown up around, just, it means so much to me.
Member of the Kappa Alpha chapter is extremely important, because we want to be a role model to other Black students. It's important for other Black students, other Black men, to see this is what it means to be authentically yourself. This is what it means to really not care about how you're seen, but really focus on what you represent at the end of the day. And so I think that's the piece where it's really important. All right.
Okay, thank you for coming. It was so nice talking to you. We had a lot of great things to say.
All the questions that I have. Thank you again so much for coming and just, telling us a little bit more about KKG, what it means to, show up as authentic and Black on CSUN's campus. And yeah, we look forward to, staying updated with all of the sororities and all of the organizations on campus and continuing to look into, how everybody explores their different cultures on the campus.
I know Kappa also definitely wants to make connections with different organizations on campus, so I'm really glad that you guys did this and asked us to be here. It means a lot. Thank you.
I got for thank you so much. Thank guys with. Yeah, appreciate it.
But the short, for taking the time to answer my questions, for sitting with the Blackout podcast. Thank you so much, Brooklyn.
Thank you so much for watching this episode. As you can see, from the top of Manzanita Hall all the way here to the Black House, every student on this campus is doing great things, and these students are just a testament to that. I have been your host, Noah Finley. Morgan.
Jabari, Billy.
Yeah. See you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.